if you're not locked in with yourself, how do you expect to be locked in with somebody else? Like, genuinely. People come in our lives for seasons and reasons. Have you struggled with comparison on social media? Absolutely. I'm a human being. If you're not going to stand up for you, who will? Qualities that we want and look for in partners, we should be giving ourselves. Do not suppress your emotions. They're not going to go anywhere. I would not be me without him. Thank you. Next. Hey, I hope you can hear me. I have the shower light on for lighting purposes, but I really don't know how the audio is going to sound, so sorry in advance if it's bad. What's up, YouTube? My name's Alyssa, for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who do know, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done my intro in so long. What the heck? I'm just going to get right into it. This is a girl talk. I'm clearly in the self-care mood right now. Got my Epsom salt, my essential oils, my candle, and a face mask, and I just want to chit chat with the girls. Okay. I see a lot of stuff about like being solo and doing things alone and solo dates and all that, so we're gonna talk about that. How to get into solo dates. I feel like I'm kind of close. Okay. It does not have to be this huge deal where you go to this fancy restaurant all by yourself. You can literally start small. You can take yourself to the park and have a little picnic and read a book. Or you can even take yourself to the beach or the pool. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. The whole point of a solo date is literally just spending intentional time with yourself instead of being like distracted, whether that's with other people or with your phone or something like that. When you're spending intentional time alone, you're able to sit in silence and reflect on your life, on your thoughts, on your own morals and opinions. Like, I feel like being solo and like spending solo time alone, solo dates, all that, like just being by yourself genuinely allows you to learn who you are and like allows you to really get to know yourself. If you're constantly around other people, you're literally never able to like decipher what is your own opinion versus other people's, and you're not able to like reflect really. God purposely put me in an isolation period for 2-3 years. And I'm so glad, because like I genuinely would not be the same person without the isolation period that I've been going through. I can tell it's coming to an end, so I'm actually really excited because I'm ready now. But yeah, like being isolated and solo and like not really having friends and stuff, I feel like all of that is for a reason. Again, like I said, I would not be the same person if I didn't have all this isolation time and like time to really reflect on my own past and my life and my thoughts and all of that. Like, it's a beautiful feeling. Now, it is uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to being alone, especially if you're constantly around people, if you live with hella people in your house or like a lot of family and you're just never really alone. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but that's only because you're just not used to it and like you don't have a distraction. Honestly, I highly encourage literally every single person on this earth to go on solo dates and do things alone, because not only are you learning so much about yourself, but you're also gaining confidence in a different way. Like, you don't feel the need to wait around for people to do things. You can go on a solo trip. You can go on like solo adventures, go to the movies by yourself. You don't have to wait around for people either. Like, that's a freaking blessing. How to be more into yourself than a man. Plus, I love you so much. I love you too. If you are into a man more than you are into yourself, that literally just means that you don't really love yourself fully. Because if you love yourself, you're literally the center of your little universe. Aside from God, obviously. I'm just saying, like, in general. Men and, like, relationships and stuff like that, they're an addition to your life. They're not your whole life. So, if you're into someone else more than you're into yourself, that just means that you're lacking something internally. So, honestly, it wouldn't even really be a good time to seek external relationships. You should be focusing on the relationship that you have with yourself and like building that first, because if you aren't focused on that and you're trying to fill voids or whatever is subconsciously happening there, you're not going to be happy. Like, you're not going to be fulfilled. You might be temporarily, but at the end of the day, you're probably gonna get hurt. And I'm not even just saying that. Like, if you don't know yourself and you don't love yourself and you don't prioritize yourself, you don't have boundaries, you don't really know your own morals and like your own standards and whatnot, so you're settling in some way. So I just feel like if you're at that point where you're like not obsessing but just into someone else more than you are yourself, I would step away from that completely and really lock in on you and focus on you. Like, there's a reason why so many people say focus on yourself. Like, it's really important. If you're not locked in with yourself, how do you expect to be locked in with somebody else? Like, genuinely. How to stay organized and productive. Okay, this is literally like, I love talking about stuff like this because I pride myself in my productivity and just like how organized I am. Now it's come a long way. I low-key grew up, not low-key, I grew up with a very type B mom. So like we were late everywhere. We like didn't have the cleanest house always growing up. So I don't know if that's where that came from, like where I'm just like, I need to be on time, I need to be organized, I want to be this, like whatever. Anyways, so that's kind of where it stemmed from, and I feel like now it just comes so naturally because I'm like, I want it. So that's one thing, you have to like want it. If you're not that type of person, you're not that type of person. Like you're gonna live. Now, if you do want to be productive and you want to be organized, I would say use a calendar. Like I started using Google Calendar and like time blocking, color coding my calendar. Like I have different colors for different things. YouTube is one color. My personal one-on-one call sessions with you guys is another color. Travel is another color. Like I color block, I time block. Color block? I don't know if that was the right term. Whatever. Use apps and websites like Notion or Xtiles or like something like that where you can like see your life like somewhere. Now you can use a planner if you're like a physical writer, you know what I'm saying? But take time to genuinely get organized. Like take some time out of your week or something to get organized. Like me personally, Sundays are not just for cleaning. Like Sunday resets is not just physical home resets. It's literally like a mental reset where I'm planning my whole week and I know exactly what it is that is going to happen in the week. Like I have plans for every day so I'm not just rotting in bed. Now sometimes that still happens, but whatever. Rest is productive too. Plan and like stick to your plans. Now when it comes to productivity, same thing honestly. Time blocking is gonna save your life, especially if you have ADHD. I do, and I am so time blind. So I keep saying color blocking. Time blocking literally helps so much because I know like, okay, I have to do this in this amount of time. I'll be locked in. But if I'm just like, oh, I have to do this, this, and this, it literally takes me like 10 hours to do 3 things that normally would have took me 2. But yeah, for productivity, like just knowing what you're gonna do, that helps a lot, obviously. What's the hardest part of healing? That's a good question. I feel like the hardest part of healing is knowing and like really understanding the fact that it's never done. You're never done healing. And so it can get really frustrating at times because it's like you'll forever be triggered by things. You just get better at like handling the triggers. So for example, I always use this as an example. Like it's gotten so much better, my relationship with my dad, but like that's kind of a big example for me is I healed my like daddy issues. I constantly like seek external validation, especially from boys. And I healed that now because I give myself that validation and like I give myself the attention that I was seeking from other people. But sometimes, okay, surprise, I'm in a relationship and sometimes I be like, do you hate me? Like, do you literally want to be with me? Like, do you want to leave me? Like, you know, it's like little stuff like that. And yes, most of it is dramatic, but it's still stemming from something. Or like if something happens where I'm like, oh, I wonder what he thinks, or like something like that, it'll still happen. Like I'll still get kind of triggered, but then I'm like, no, like I'm okay, you know, just kind of reassure myself. But that's the only thing that like it kind of sucks. It's like it's still there, you know what I mean? That's one thing, but also too just knowing that like it's never really over. You think that you have fully healed something and then like it'll still come back up in a different way, but it's still worth it because the more you heal, the more you just get better at handling what it is that, you know, triggers you in the first place. Okay, how to live in the moment. I love this. I genuinely love being present. I feel like it has made me so much more happier overall, to be honest. How to live in the moment? You know that phrase that's like stop and smell the roses? Literally stop and smell the freaking roses. Like take in everything and just express so much gratitude for what it is that's going on around you. Every moment of every day, like try to literally stay aware of what's going on around you, and that's it. Like try not to be in your head as much. Now it is easier said than done, but like whenever you catch yourself kind of like going in a rabbit hole or like a spiral in your head, look around. Literally, like look around and appreciate the little stuff. Like I look around sometimes in my apartment and I'm like, wow, like how blessed am I? Like I literally can pay rent and I have all these things in here. Like every single thing in here I paid for. Like that's such a blessing, and like it just brings me back to the moment of just like, wow, everything is fine right now. The whole point of being present is knowing and understanding that like everything is okay. Like you're fine right now. All we have is now. Like the past is already over with. The future hasn't even happened yet. Just reminding yourself that all we have is now, and like being in the present moment is really what's going to, first of all, keep you in alignment with what it is you're supposed to be doing in life, with your purpose, just being happier overall, being grateful overall. And it just feels better to be in the present more than in the past, for sure, because that's where depression stems from. And then it's better than being in the future, because that's where anxiety stems from. So it's like being present just allows you to just be a little bit more happy, to be honest. So yeah, how? Just like literally look around, observe everything that's around you. Like I'm looking at my freaking bathtub right now, I'm looking at my bathroom, like just really looking around. Also to a little breathing technique, or not even just breathing, but just a technique to feel physically present is like feel your feet touching the floor, or feel your feet touching the shoes, or feel your skin touching your clothes. That will bring you into the moment so quick. Also, please, for the love of God, read this book. Read this book. The Power of Now literally would solve world peace. So would The Power of Letting Go. Those books changed my life. Like, oh my gosh, I love The Power of Now. It has helped me so much. And like, I genuinely can't even explain how much that book has helped me. Please read it. You will forever be changed in the best way. How to let go of friendships without feeling guilty? Girl, unfortunately, I am a pro at this. I feel like the reason why people feel guilty when letting go of friendships is because we think that it's rude or messed up to just leave a friend behind, or like outgrow a friend, or even fall out with a friend and like have a altercation of some point or of some sort. That is totally normal. People literally come in our lives for seasons and reasons. I'm gonna say that again. People come in our lives for seasons and reasons. Most people that we come across are going to come and leave our life, and vice versa. We're going to come in people's lives and leave their lives. So it's like, once you really realize that and accept it and know that not everyone that you encounter and you become friends with or get in a relationship with or anything like that is going to stay forever, it kind of helps you not really feel as guilty, because you know that it's just part of the process, it's part of life. They served a purpose, thank you. Next. Now, if there wasn't any altercation and it was just harder to let go of the friendship because you love this person, but like they do A, B, and C and you just like can't, or you're just outgrowing them, like you don't think the same anymore, you don't talk about the same things anymore. That's normal. Like, you're growing and everyone is on their own journey. So it's like, sometimes we are going like this, but it might go like this, and it's just like, why try to pull you here, or why try to, you know, if you feel like you have to force a friendship or force conversations with people or like your friends where you didn't used to have to do that, it's time to cut it off. There's a way to go about it without starting beef. Now, if you explain to somebody, hey, like, I don't think we should be friends anymore, like, I love you, but I feel like we should cut ties, like, I feel like we don't connect the same anymore, like, I'm growing in a different direction, and it's not personal, but like, I just don't think we should be friends anymore. If you ever need me, let me know. But like, you know, if they take offense to that and if they take that as a problem, then they gotta go anyway. That happened to me before. Like, I told a friend that I didn't want to be their friend anymore, or like I didn't like certain things that they were doing anymore that I used to do with them. For example, it was like talking crap about people. I got to a point where I just didn't want to talk bad about people. I don't care. I just have outgrown certain behaviors that me and that friend were doing, and I told her, and she, instead of being like, you know what, you're right, same, I'm glad that you said that, yeah, let's grow together, which is not gonna happen all the time. She took that personally and was like, oh, you think you're too good to talk shit about people? Yes, that's why I said, okay, you know, like, took it all personally and lashed out on me. And honestly, that kind of sealed the deal for me anyway, because it's like, dang, okay, like, then you can stay there and I'm gonna go this way. Not all friendships are gonna end badly, so it does get kind of hard and like difficult to have those conversations, but it's okay to outgrow friends. Like, it's very normal. We're constantly growing and evolving, and if we're not, there's a problem there. That friendship should be over. How to find that spark for life again. Do what makes you happy, even if it's something so freaking small, like coloring, swimming, or going on a late night drive and singing at the top of your lungs. Like, doing things that just make you feel good. That is a good start. Also, just trying to get in alignment. When I say alignment, I just mean like your highest like purpose and your best path in life, what you're meant to be doing, why you were put on this earth. The more in alignment you are with your life and with what you're supposed to be doing and your authentic self, that is where you'll be happy, and like, that's where that spark will come from naturally. I find myself getting my spark back as soon as I let go, first of all, of anything that is like bothering me, anything that I'm forcing, anything that I'm resisting, which resisting is literally just not accepting what is, like, what is happening. Like, you're resisting it instead of just being like, it is what it is. So resisting anything, trying to like force things, overthinking things, that's what takes you out of your spark quickly. But what puts me back every time is just living in my authentic truth, being my full complete self, doing what I love, finding little happy moments, being present and like really truly doing what I feel would make me the most happy at that moment. Living on my highest passion at all times. So if I feel like I want to go get work done at a coffee shop right now, I'm gonna go get work done at a coffee shop. If I feel like I actually would love to go to the beach, I'm gonna go to the beach. It just feels good when you want to do something and then you just do it. Like, it feels good. Also, the crowd you hang around makes a really big difference too. So if you're around the wrong people, you're not going to feel that spark because you're not really being your authentic self for whatever reason around these people. Have you struggled with comparison on social media? Absolutely. I'm a human being. It's a fine line because sometimes I'll go on social media for inspiration. Like, I'll look at other people's YouTube channels or TikTok accounts. My intention would be to get inspiration, but then I would subconsciously be comparing myself and like my life to them and be like, damn, like I wish I had this, I wish I had this. And like, it's normal. Like, jealousy is a normal feeling to have. Honestly, I feel like jealousy stems from your higher self knowing that you can have it too. If you're jealous of something, it's because you want it. Period. And that's okay. Like, that's normal. I feel like people be making jealousy look like such a bad thing. It's normal. Everybody feels jealous about stuff. So when I feel jealous, instead of being like, ugh, about it, I use it as inspiration to do it for myself. Jealousy is like, love that for you, want that for me. That's how jealousy should be looked at. It's not really a bad thing. So I wouldn't say like comparing, but I would definitely say like I would get jealous and compare the fact that I don't have it, but it's not like in a bad way. It's just more of like, dang, like I want that. Luckily, I'm able to kind of shift my perspective on that because it could easily be like a comparison thing where I start feeling less about myself, which is so normal. Like, unfortunately, social media just does that. You're seeing so many people's lives that like you would have never known existed if we weren't on social media. So it's like, oh my gosh, they're living like that and I'm living like this. Like, what? Like, it's bound to happen. But it's just more of what you do with that. Like, also limiting screen time and being more present in your life will allow you to compare yourself less, or at least not be as like bothered, you know. But yes, I have definitely struggled with comparison on social media, specifically with other influencers and other creators. So I'm like, damn, like that's how you living? Like, okay, but that's not how I'm living, and that's okay. I don't know, I feel like everyone's just on their own journey, and everybody has their own purpose in life and like what they're supposed to be doing, how they're supposed to be doing it. I just be trying to put on like tunnel vision, my little blinders, you know, because it sucks the fun out of what I do when I go too deep into other people's channels and like accounts, because I'm like, that's not me. Like, it's literally not me. I'm the only person that I should be comparing myself to, honestly. How I was yesterday. How to master self-love. Be authentically yourself and accept that that's who you are. Don't try to like conform to other people's opinions, thoughts, whatever, just because somebody thinks you're weird or you don't fit in or whatever. No, that's literally gonna make you hate yourself. Be your authentic self. Spend time with yourself. Get to know yourself. Have boundaries and standards. If you don't have boundaries and standards, how are you gonna like love yourself? If no one's gonna stand up for you, who will? Like, if you're, I said that wrong. If you're not gonna stand up for you, who will? Think about it. Like, yes, sure, some people might stand up for you for like, you know, a bully or something and your friend is next to you and they stick up for you. Sure, that's cute and all too. But what happens when you're in a conversation with one person and they're doing something or saying something? No one's gonna stick up for you unless you do. So that's like a really big act of self-love, and that makes you feel so much more secure with yourself, knowing that like you got you, no one else. Like, at the end of the day, if nobody got me, I got me. And that feels so secure. Like, you feel secure with yourself. All of the qualities that we want and look for in partners, we should be giving ourselves. Period. You want that man to get you flowers, get yourself flowers. You want your man to be loyal and consistent, be loyal and consistent to yourself and your goals, and be disciplined. You want someone to compliment you, compliment yourself. You want someone to stick up for you, stick up for yourself. You just gotta treat yourself the way you would want someone to treat you as a partner. It is easier said than done, but also it gets easier. Like, the more you do it and the more you practice it, it's like it does get easier, and you start to love it. Like, the more you stand up for yourself and you tell people no when you mean no and yes when you mean yes, setting boundaries like, oh, I actually can't do that because I have this to do, or like, it just feels good because, again, you got you, nobody else. It just feels good having that security within yourself, knowing that if no one's gonna stick up for me, I will. How to get over a boy you genuinely loved. This sucks because, like, it just takes time. And I know nobody wants to freaking hear that, but it's true. Like, it takes time. You have to realize, if you genuinely loved this person and they're no longer in your life, or at least they're no longer in your life the same way that they used to be, that takes time to even just adjust to, period. So don't rush it. Don't resist it either. Like, allow it to happen naturally. Allow yourself to grieve and allow yourself to cry and feel those emotions. Do not suppress your emotions. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going anywhere, okay? Just cry, get it out. If you really have emotions bottling up, they're gonna come out regardless. They're gonna come out. Go to a freaking rage room, twerk, okay? Trauma is released from the hips, okay? Like, do what you gotta do. Feel, don't suppress. That's one thing. Also, reflect. Like, reflect on the good and the bad. Reflect on the good things that you learned, what they learned maybe from you, why the relationship happened in the first place, how are you a better person since then, and then reflect on the negative stuff to help you get over it. Like, for me, that's what I did with my, like, main one relationship that, like, what the fuck, you know, taught me a lot. I reflected the positives, but I also reflected the negatives, and that helped a lot. Like, I'm gonna be straight up honest. I was taught so much. He literally spiritually awakened me. I don't know. He spiritually woke me up. He taught me so much about, like, manifesting and all that. So forever thankful for him, because I would not be me without him. Thank you. Next. Okay, the negatives. Gosh, we're not even gonna go into that. Okay, girl, oh my gosh. Y'all would literally be like, Alyssa, why were you going for that? I'm talking like following girls on Instagram, probably cheating. I don't know, I didn't catch it, but like my body did, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Body shaming me, telling me he was gonna buy me boobs, like you need to get in the gym and grow your ass. Also, thank you though, because I did get in the gym because of you, and thank you, because now it's watered. And now you don't get to touch it. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. The fuck, like, thank you. Next. But for real, like, that's what helped me get over them, is like looking at the negatives. Like, okay, look at the positives first. Like, you know what, thank you. Like, I appreciate you. You taught me this. I would not be the same. Thank you so much. But this happened, and then this happened. No, I love myself too much to never go through that again. So honestly, it just takes time, but also like reflect, journal, cry, talk to God, allow it to happen. There's gonna be some days where you feel on top of the world, you feel good, and then there's gonna be some days where you literally just want to cry and eat a gallon of ice cream. And that's fine. Like, do what you gotta do, feel what you gotta feel. Do not suppress it, do not resist it. Don't reach out, don't stalk his Instagram. No, don't, because it's really not affecting anyone negatively but you. Take it from me, please. When do you feel the most confident? Honestly, when I'm most myself, when I'm most authentic, when I'm most in alignment. I know I keep saying it, but it's true. Like, this is really how I be feeling, okay? I feel the most confident when I look good, when I know that I'm on my Zoom, when I'm disciplined and consistent with myself, when I'm showing up for myself is really when I feel the most confident. And when I just know that I'm on my Zoom and I'm doing good in life. Even if I'm not doing good in life, I still feel confident because I'm like, I've gotten through worse. Like, just knowing that I'm strong, I'm determined, like reminding myself of all those things, all those qualities about myself. I'm like, wow, I'm really that girl, because I stick up for myself. I love myself. I work on myself. I'm determined. I make sure I look good. I take care of myself. You know, I work out. Like, there's so many things about me that makes me so confident, and it's because it all boils down to just taking care of myself. Self-care in one way or another. That's when I feel most confident. When I don't feel confident, it's when I'm not doing those things. Trust me, I be having those days too. And luckily, I have an amazing partner who is there to like remind me of those things. Like, you're still whole, you're still beautiful, you're still determined, you're still that girl. And I'm just like, thank you. Before him, I was doing that for myself, and that's exactly why I attracted somebody like him, because you attract exactly what you think about yourself. Like, if you think you're not that girl, if you think that all men cheat and all this stuff, that's exactly who you're gonna attract as a partner. Me personally, before him, I was my best boyfriend, okay? I was the best boyfriend I've ever had. He just makes me so happy. Okay, anyways. Biggest mistakes you made as a full-time content creator that you wish you knew. I love you. I love you too, Gianna. I would say being inconsistent. That fucked me in the ass, because the algorithm doesn't like that. If you're not consistent, the algorithm's like, oh, they're not serious. If you're consistent, they're like, okay, they're not playing, let me push them out. As soon as I stopped being consistent, things kind of shifted, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. I know my career is nowhere near over and I'm not really tripping, but like it is something that I noticed. I was like, oh, I did that. So that's definitely a big thing. Be consistent. I swear you will regret it if you're not. Also, do not go into this industry for the money, because the money's not going to come for a long time. I'm not saying that I did that though. So I'm just giving tips at this point. Another mistake I would say is not charging brands more for sponsorships. When I was popping, I'm talking about like growing like crazy. Bye. My Shayla. Okay, anyways, I'm back. I turned off the light because it was just really freaking loud and overstimulating me, and now I wish that I did that the whole time because it wasn't even that big of a difference. Like, it is a difference, but like this is a vibe too. Anyways, what is your biggest, my camera literally overheated by the way. What's your biggest ick when it comes to dating? Being selfish. Because what are you dating for? Like, if you really think about it. I date to marry, personally. So if I'm dating someone, I'm not going to be selfish because why am I dating you? Like, and vice versa. Like, when you're dating to marry or dating to be in a relationship, if you're in a relationship with someone, period, you're supposed to like help each other and like help better your partner while simultaneously bettering yourself and like inspiring the other person to better themselves. Like, it's a partnership. So being selfish, like, ugh. I don't care if it's something so small as like not sharing your food. I don't care. Like, we're in this together, babe. Give me a bite. Like, but yeah, I don't like being selfish. Like, having what? Selfishness in dating is an ick. What is a selfish decision that you made that changed your life for the better? I moved out of state at 18. I left my family. I left Tampa, Florida, and I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And it is literally the best decision I ever made, and the worst. Because of all of the things that I went through, but it is a blessing. Like, I went through everything for a reason. I learned so much about myself and about people and about the real world, and it helped me gain so much independence and confidence as an adult and a person in general. So definitely moving out of state at a young age was definitely like selfish. I know a lot of family was like, dang, like you're leaving, like, oh my gosh. But if you really want to get into it, that was selfish of them. I don't know. I guess it depends on the perspective, but I would say that was like a selfish decision that I made. Okay, last one. Forgiving yourself on things you've done in the past. This is a really big one that I honestly had to work on. There's a lot of things that I've done in the past that I, let's just say, wouldn't do now. But the biggest thing that helps you forgive yourself is reminding yourself and like really telling yourself, or your younger version of yourself, that you didn't know any better. With the information you had at the time, you didn't know any better. Even if you did technically know better, like, oh, I shouldn't do this, you still didn't know any better because you were doing it for a reason. Like, you were doing it subconsciously for a reason. Even when you do something that you know is not really the best thing ever, and you still did it, there's a reason. Like, there's a reason why you did it. There's a deep reason. Like, there's a reason why we do everything, and it's typically subconscious, most of it, because there's always beliefs that like we're kind of running our lives off of. Like, our whole life, our whole reality is based on the beliefs that we have about ourselves and about other people and about God and about literally everything. That's how our life is. So like, if you believe certain things about yourself or someone else, that is going to act out in your life whether you're conscious of it or not. So I just think not being hard on yourself and knowing that, like, one, it already happened, there's nothing you can do to change it, but two, literally telling yourself, like, I forgive you, you didn't know any better. There were so many things that I did, like in high school times or whatever. Like, I was young, I was a teenager. Even after high school, like, I was young. I'm still young, but you know, like, that Alyssa was a different Alyssa, okay? I didn't know any better. Like, some of the things I was doing, I would obviously never do now. And I literally hug myself, and like sometimes I cry it out, and I'm just like, I feel bad for myself, for my younger self who didn't know any better and still went through A, B, and C because of what she did. Just showing compassion for yourself, that's like unconditional love. It's just still loving yourself through the mistakes and the flaws, and knowing that like you're still whole, you're still a good person. Just because you did certain things doesn't make you any less of a good person. People learn from their mistakes. I really do believe that, and you're allowed to make mistakes. That's kind of the whole point of this. Like, we make mistakes, we learn from them, they later become blessings. So it's just like, there's not really much you can do besides show compassion and grace to yourself and know wholeheartedly that you've grown from it. Like, you now know not to do A, B, and C, or like you now know better. And that's all that we can like really ask for. Like, there's a reason it happened, and it's so future you knows better, you know? So it's okay. I understand how that feels. Like, there really can be guilt around certain things that you've done, especially because, you know, if it was a long time ago and the current you would never, it feels almost even weirder. Like, why did I do that? Or like, why did I go through that? Why did I allow that? But it's like, you didn't know any better. You know now, though. That's good. Like, don't repeat it. You know now, but you didn't. So just give yourself compassion and understanding. If it helps, like, this is what I did. I really like reflected on what I was thinking during that time frame. Like, okay, I thought that this was the right thing to do because of this. Poor thing. I didn't know any better, you know? Like, there's a specific thing that I'm thinking about, and like, it has to do with boys. Like, it has to do with seeking attention and like validation. There was something that I did that I would never fucking do ever. It took me a long time to get over it and like really accept that that happened and really forgive myself. So like, give yourself grace, give yourself time, but like, don't shit on yourself. Don't like beat yourself down because of what you did. I put myself in myself shoes. Like, I would be like, okay, I thought that I was doing this for the right reasons. I thought that doing this would make him like me, and now I know that that's not how that works, or whatever. You learn from everything, even if it's like cringy and painful. You learn from it. So just be grateful for it at the end of the day, and know that there's nothing you can really do now. It's already happened. So I do have one-on-one calls and like sessions that you guys can book. That way we can kind of get more personal. I can give you some big sister advice. Like, I love doing this. I literally love helping people. I love giving advice. I'm always called like the therapist friend. So I'm putting it to use. And I'm going to be able to help as many of you guys as possible. The link will always be in my descriptions, by the way, of my YouTube videos and in my like TikTok and Instagram bio. The link is there if you look for it. If you're not ready right now, it is paid. But yeah, there's like a couple different options, different price tiers. No pressure at all. I'm just offering and letting you know that that is a service that I now have. Yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys. I've talked to so many of you guys, and it's like amazing, and I love every second of it. I know that this is my passion, like my purpose, why God created me, and it feels good knowing that like I help so many people, and like I just uplift people and like inspire people to be better and like learn themselves and love themselves. Like, that is such a blessing. That's such a beautiful purpose to have. So I'm really grateful that I'm me. Not in a selfish way, but I'm just grateful that I am who I am and I love what I do. And yeah, thank you guys for supporting me and watching me and loving me. I love you right back. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I cannot wait to just see where the rest of this journey takes me, because I know I'm not gonna be like 80 making videos, so eventually it's gonna end. So like, I'm just curious and excited to see what the future holds. So yay, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video, and until then, bye.